webinars like this, and today we're talking about Beyond the Adjustment, the ultimate guide to spine and joint recovery. This is for people that have spine and joint pain. You're wondering what you should do about it. We're going to touch on a number of subjects that are in my book called The Spine Flex Solution. This book is on Amazon and I published it last year. It's got a lot of tips on how you can overcome spine and joint pain. So I've been a chiropractor now for 31 years. I became a chiropractor because I had a lot of joint pain myself. I had a lot of knee pain. My father took me to a chiropractor when I was a teenager. He was the one who was able to help me with my knee pain. And I decided at that point I wanted to help people like this chiropractor help me. So I became a chiropractor. There's 3 pillars of joint and spine recovery. I think the first thing is you need to know the truth about pain and healing, where pain comes from, what can be done about it, and how it interacts with your alignment and function of the joints. Simple actions you can take today to improve your spine and joint health, how chiropractic fits into a long-term wellness plan, and then I'll give you a chance to ask some questions in the chat today. Feel free to type them there or on social media, on our social media channels. I'll also check in a few days to see if people have questions that are watching the recording. So to understand spine and joint pain, we need to understand the common causes, and these could be injuries like work injuries, car accidents, falls, poor posture like sitting forward and slouching at your desk, or text neck, what a lot of teenagers are doing now, where their heads down a lot, or even adults, and lifestyle, poor lifestyle choices that are leading to injuries to the spine and joints, like repetitive strain type of injuries, let's say with an athlete or even certain occupations. Warning signs to watch for are pain that returns and persists and just won't go away. Now, untreated pain can affect your life long term. Not only does it affect your ability to do work and schoolwork and domestic chores around the house, but it can also start to change your chemistry, leading to anxiety and depression, because pain does have that effect on the brain. Which brings us to the mind-body connection. So stress, sleep, and mindset impact recovery. Sometimes what I see is 2 people with identical conditions coming into the clinic. They have different mindsets, different levels of stress and sleep, and one recovers faster than the other. So it's very important that we address these issues and we offer some hope in the clinic, but also we educate the patient as far as what they need to do to help themselves. Also, the neuromuscular pathways are very important. We know that the more we can get the joint moving, the more the mechanoreceptors are stimulated. These are the joint receptors, and they'll block the pain pathways, the nociceptors. So the mechanoreceptors are more powerful than the nociceptors, and that leads to less pain. So the quicker we can get the person moving, getting active, even if it's just walking, the better they're going to recover. The nervous system, very important in the regulation of pain. The brain ultimately is getting all the signals. It has the emotional centers in it and the conscious thought centers. The signals go from the brain down the spinal cord, out between the vertebrae to various parts of the body. So if you have misalignments of your spine, it's going to affect that nerve transmission. It can cause pain locally, but it can radiate up and down into different areas. So the alignment and posture of the body, very important, because the spine protects the nervous system, the spinal cord runs through the spine, and that is a very important relationship. So what happens beyond the adjustment? Why chiropractic is more than just cracking joints. So based on the previous slide, I talked about alignment and how important that is to improve the nerve flow and the transmission between the brain and the body. So people identify chiropractic sometimes as, cracking joints or getting relief from an adjustment. And adjustments do provide relief. Sometimes they even make a noise and sometimes they don't. But that's not the most important thing. It's getting the body restored back to the way it should be working based on what we talked about on that last slide. So we put a plan together. We put a schedule together for the patient. We talk to them about what stretches and exercises they should be doing, any lifestyle changes they should be making, and we guide them through the process. We have been very successful in the clinic. I'll show you our ratings on one of the later slides, but the outcomes are very good in our clinic. And so you can come to the clinic. If you don't live in Kelowna, we can refer you to a chiropractor in the area that does a similar type of care. And we do offer some health coaching, and you might benefit from that. And I'll tell you more about that. That's a separate website that we have available. The other thing is we want to empower our patients between appointments. So we write blog articles. We do a lot of text follow-up. We have stretching and exercise plans that we've developed ourselves. So we have those available to keep patients on track. Now, movement is medicine. So movements like just walking can really help in the recovery process. Stretching, like yoga type of stretches, cat and cow, simple stretches can really help. And eventually strengthening, like core strength, can really help the stability and strength of the spine and the body. Even doing modified stretches, like I had a patient come in today that's doing water-based activity, like stretching in the water, movement through water, that can provide some good resistance to your joints, which can help the joints to heal, but it doesn't put as much force on the joints because the water's more buoyant, and it kind of counteracts the effects of gravity, like walking on hard pavement like this person's doing. The other thing I should mention that I don't have on my slide, having the proper shoe wear is very important. And one of the things we do in the clinic is orthotics and orthopedic shoes, because we know how important it is to cushion the feet and to have the right foot posture for the kinetic chain. And that's the way that the foot relates to the knee, to the hip, and the spine. So there's simple exercises that you can start today, and you're going to want to consult with your health professional or come into the clinic so we can check you. And then posture and ergonomics, we're going to want to work on that too. And that might involve some adjustments at your workstation. It might involve the seat in the car getting adjusted, even your sleep habits. So fueling recovery with nutrition. I want to talk a little bit about nutrition on this slide. There are certain types of foods that are anti-inflammatory. Now, my general rule of thumb is eating foods that are more natural, like salmon and fish, like fruits and vegetables, like nuts. Foods that are not processed, they're not treated with any chemicals or any additives. They're generally the best anti-inflammatory foods. And you want to mix it up with different types of foods because the body needs different nutrients from these foods in order for it to repair itself and to work properly. Now, some people don't like eating certain types of foods. They're on a very strict diet. And so you may not be getting the proper nutrition. So getting some supplements that support joint health and the spine, that's important. And we carry several of those supplements here in the clinic, and we recommend others to our patients. But first, we want to get the nutrition you need from food. Now, foreign foods, foods that your body doesn't recognize, can cause inflammation. The body sees it as an invader. So you don't want highly processed foods, foods that have a lot of sugars, refined carbohydrates, any additives like colors, preservatives. We want to stay away from that. And we want to make sure you're drinking enough water so your body can hydrate properly. the body's made out of around 75% water. We want to make sure you have enough water so that the cells can have the right volume and can do the right thing. They can process the nutrients that we just talked about properly. Now, daily habits for a healthy spine, you want to have morning and evening routines. When I give out stretches in the clinic, I tell people do them first thing in the morning, just before bed. You want to have some ergonomics for your work and home. So your pillow, your mattress, your workstation at home, your workstation at work. If you're very physical at work, the way you're doing things, not just on one side, but balancing both sides. We have a lot of nurses, dental hygienists here, just balancing both sides of the body, very important. Breath work and relaxation techniques, that's important too. So meditation and breathing techniques like box breathing can be very helpful to calm the sympathetic nervous system and enhance the parasympathetic nerves, basically calming the stress response. There's some real patient stories and examples. I won't get into too many of them, but I'm going to show you where you can find them. So I'm going to turn this off and allow you, allow you to see my other screen if I can get that up. 1 second. And oh, I'm sorry guys, I had this all set up ready to go for you. But you can go to Google. I was going to show you our Google listing, and you can see the reviews that have been left for us on Google. Another site is RateMD, or Facebook, or even the testimonials on our YouTube channel at Tut Street Family Chiropractic, or my personal one, Dr. Cary Yurkiw. You can go there and see the wonderful reviews people have left about our work. If you want to read some of them, you might connect with someone who had neck pain, who had whiplash, back pain, and that might be a good reminder for you to that chiropractic can help. You know, if you're losing some hope and you're getting frustrated with your condition, then reading a testimonial like that can often inspire you to do something like coming into the clinic to get some help. So the roadmap to recovery, there's a 3-step framework. It's to assess, align, and activate to get the person involved in their care. We offer people tools and resources to stay on track, and support systems like the team we have here in the clinic, our staff, our kinesiologists, chiropractors, the community we have in the clinic here doing seminars and webinars like this one, and the coaching we offer people, even if it's at a distance, to help encourage them to stay on track with their health. Now, for a special bonus for attendees to this webinar, we're offering you a free stretching guide, or you can get a free copy of the digital copy of this book. All you have to do is type in the chat, free ebook or stretching guide, and we're going to send that to you. We'll get your contact info and send it over to you. If you're on social media, you can DM us. Here on YouTube, you can just type in the chat. Also, we're going to offer you a discounted initial consult follow-up here in the clinic, or via our coaching website, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So I want to thank you for joining me today and talking about spine and joint pain. The key takeaways are that you can get help for spine and joint pain. It's important to understand what's causing your pain, get the proper assessment, get the proper treatment, get involved in your care, and your body will respond to that. So there is hope. You're not stuck with pain. Healing is possible. And for our contact info, I'm going to give you that on the next slide. So we're at Tut Street Family Chiropractic. We're offering you a reduced initial visit. Normally it's $162. It's currently $99. You can scan this QR code for a limited time to get this offer, or you can go to our website, tutstreetfamilychiropractic.com. Now, if you don't live in the Kelowna area and you want to get a consultation, you can go to My personal website, Dr. Cary Yurkiw, where I offer health coaching, will refer you to a chiropractor in your area. And we're going to have seminars and webinars on different topics like nutrition, anti-inflammatory diets, stretches, exercises, and even other things like running your first marathon. We've done things like that on that website. So it's more from a health coaching standpoint. I want to thank you for joining me today for this webinar, and I hope to see you soon.